what's happening, people? Okay, we are live right now, live from the village right now. It is 12 minutes past 8 p.m. right now. It is the 17th of April, 2023 right now. We're about to watch Hercules in New York right now, kicking off the Arnold Schwarzenegger season right now on this fine Monday evening right now. We're in London, England. Well, I'm in London, England right now. Where you at, fam? Where you at? Okay. Let me switch over to this screen. I could chat for a little bit and put this light on. But yeah, it is Monday movie night, and it's the start of the Arnold Schwarzenegger season. So I think we'll watch. I don't know about every single week. Maybe like one every couple of weeks to kind of see how it goes. Yo, Ben. What up, Ben? Yo, Ben, big up for doing the timestamps on the WrestleMania vid. That was awesome, man. That was so awesome. It saves me quite a bit of time to do it. Yo, that was awesome. Appreciate you doing that. Thank you. But yeah, that was a big help. But yeah, Ben, how you doing, man? How's your day going? How's your day been? Appreciate you joining this live stream as we're getting ready to watch Hercules in New York, kicking off the Arnold Schwarzenegger season. So I think we do like maybe one Arnie movie one week, a different movie next week, and then back to Arnie again for the season. Or I don't know, we'll kind of see how it goes, we'll kind of feel it out. But yeah, we're starting off with Hercules in New York. We're kicking off the Arnie season. So we're starting with Hercules in New York, going all the way up to True Lies. And then I'll kind of see how it goes from there. You know, maybe we'll do the rest of them, maybe not. You know, he's got a lot of great movies and a lot of maybe not so great movies, but you know, we'll kind of see how it goes from there. But I think up to that point is a good place to start for at least season one, for at least Arnie season one, from Hercules to True Lies is a good place to start. Yo, what up, Al? AE and a place to be. How's your day going? How's your day been? Appreciate you joining this live stream, kicking off Arnold Schwarzenegger season with Hercules in New York. By the way, it's available on Amazon. Amazon, you don't have to be an Amazon Prime subscriber. You can watch it for free. It's ad supported through Freevee. But yeah, if you just go to Amazon, search Hercules in New York, you should see it pop up. So this way you can watch for free. You don't gotta pay for it. But if you don't want to watch it, it's fine. You can still come along and have some fun, but you can watch it for free. This way you don't gotta pay for. It is from 1970. It is rated U for Universal. I saw this movie years ago, and I remember thinking it was gloriously terrible. I really like this film. It's so cheesy and it's gloriously cheesy. And as far as the Hercules and the myth goes, super inaccurate. But hey, sorry, mate. I'm good, thanks. How you? Inspiration for tonight. I watched Hercules in New York trailers. I don't think I'd be any good at multitasking. Nice. I mean, it's one of these films where, I mean, it's not super in depth, so. Yeah, I mean, you pretty much probably got most of the story from the trailer, to be honest with you. I think if you watch the trailer, you probably got a whole story from there in that 2 minutes. But yeah, I like this film. I haven't seen it for a long time, though. But yeah, we're getting ready to watch that. I'll start that movie just a little bit, in maybe a few minutes or so. Give everybody a chance to get ready to find it on the Prime. To get it ready on 0, and I'll let you know when to press play. There might be like a short splash screen before the movie starts if you watch it on Amazon Freevee. So you let that play out and then get it on 0. What's going on here? There we go. How's my day been? My day's been okay. I did some cab driving, work in the morning, came back, did some editing, and I'm almost finished. Actually, sorry, one sec, guys, one sec. Let me just take care of something real quick. Be back in just a sec here. Be back in just a little sec. All right, here we go. Here we go. It's all good. But yeah, no, my day's been okay. Yeah, so I did some cab driving in the morning. Came back, piano practice for a little bit. Well, had a nap and then piano practice for a little bit. Then I did some editing. So yeah, I'm almost finished with the. So it's called The video's called Excuse me. The video's called "Why Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker is Trash." And the idea is to go through the movie Rise of Skywalker, talk about all the reasons I could find as to why this movie is trash, but in a fun way. You know, it's a lot of jokes, a lot of nitpicking, a lot of, well, hopefully a few good points in there as well, not just completely taking a piss. But yeah, there's kind of it's supposed to be kind of a fun piss take of the movie, and you know, and kind of wrap it up. So I've recorded, I've written it down and recorded it. I've put together the recording of what I wanted to say, so that's all edited. It's gonna be looking like it's gonna be like a 33-minute video. What I need to do now is just add the visuals to it, so they like the stills and video clips and things like that, so you can see what I'm talking about as I'm talking about it. But yeah, hopefully that'll be ready in the next week-ish. But yeah, look out for that for the movie channel. Yo, what up, Jakes? Little Jake's in the place. How's your day going? How's your day been? Just saying that, yeah, my day's been alright, man. Been alright indeed. Did a little cab work, did a little editing, had a little nap. Now we're about to watch one of the greatest movies ever made. So this one's on, so yeah, I was saying before, this one's on Amazon. It's one of the free movies on Amazon Prime, so you don't gotta pay for it. It's on part of the free service that they have on it. So if you don't subscribe to Amazon Prime, you should still be able to watch it anyway. It is ad supported, so there might be a few ads popping up from time to time. But yeah, I'll give you a minute to get ready on zero and we'll start the movie shortly. Do you make notes while you watch movies afterwards? Even friends, mate. It kind of varies. I would say my typical. I mean, here's the thing: most of the movies that I make fun of are films that I've seen before. So I typically would have a familiarity or some kind of familiarity with the film anyway, right? They're not necessarily films that I know super well, but I probably in most cases I've seen them before. That being said, if I'm doing a film that I haven't seen before, then yeah, I would watch it just all the way through. I won't write down any notes, but you know, you kind of think of stuff anyway, right? But I won't write down any notes. I'll just watch it all the way through, and then I'll go back over it, and then I'll kind of write stuff down as I'm going through the movie again, and then, you know, I'm trying to make sure that what I've written down is accurate, because even though you're making jokes, you don't want to make jokes about things that never happened, right? So you try to make sure that it's accurate, and that, you know, and also that's just a kind of an ongoing process as well. So while I'm editing it and I'm going through it, because while I'm editing, I'm going through the movie again, so I'm checking things out. Wait a minute, he didn't actually say that, so maybe that means that I can't make this comment because it doesn't actually make any sense anymore, you know, things like that. So yeah, there's times where I've had to cut things out or maybe re-record bits or, you know, stuff like that. Just because like what I thought happened didn't actually happen, and as I'm going through, I'm so closely checking. So yeah, it's kind of a all the way through process. And I'm sure by the end of it, I may have still made a mistake here and there or got something wrong, but I think I do the best I can. I hope I'm doing the best. I think, yeah, I'll say I'll do the best I can. I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe I can do better. Maybe I can do better. Maybe I need to do better. But I'll double check stuff. I do check stuff and check again and make sure I'm saying this as good as possible. Yeah, man. Yeah. It's been a nice day. Yeah, it's been alright, isn't it? Ain't too bad today. Ain't too bad. Let me just check something real quick. Alright, man, we good. We good. But yeah, man, that's been pretty much my day. How's your days going? How's you guys' days is going? Let's see here. We're approaching. Maybe give it a couple more minutes. Just another minute or two, then we'll start the movie. I think I probably do need to get a bit more, because I know sometimes we can talk for a long time before we start the movie, and I mean I feel like this is maybe not an issue so much because it's quite a short film, but I think some of the films coming up are going to be like 2 hours and that kind of thing, and I think when it comes to those sorts of stuff, it's like, yeah, maybe don't talk for so long before you start the movie because we could be here for a long time. Yo, what up, Reese? Thank you for that into those videos. I respect you. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Thank you. Reese's Pieces in the Pieces. All the entire box of Jason of World Warriors. Okay, that was a 70s series, wasn't it? We'll binge watch it tomorrow. I never watched it, but I remember hearing about it. I think my brother watched it or something. So you're watching snooker, and some people jumped on the table, and one of them threw orange stuff. Ooh, shit! I ain't know snooker boys get down like that. Just stop. Oh, okay. Yeah, man. I mean, maybe the snooker's not the best place to protest oil, though. Like, dude, I'm sure they're using too much oil at a snooker event. You know what I mean? They're probably not using too much oil at a snooker event, like, or I don't know, maybe they're balls, and I don't know. I don't know the science behind it. Live on BBC, damn, man. Preaching magic for sure. By the way, the only thing I find silly about the Commander movie was the gunfight at the end where Arnie takes out a whole army by himself. That was kind of like, nah, but the rest of the film was good. Dude, right, this guy took out a predator. You think he can't take out an army? This man took out an alien killing machine, right? This guy took out an alien killing machine. You think he can't take out a regular army? Come on, man. How's that silly? That makes perfect sense. Man. Arnie said that's the bit you found silly in Commando. Arnie taking out a whole army by himself. Nah. That just makes that's the most logical thing about that movie. What are you talking about? That's the most sensible thing about that movie. In fact, what did he say in that film? I eat green berets for breakfast, and right now I'm very hungry. So yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. It totally makes sense. He eats green berets for breakfast. Of course, he could take out a whole army. Apparently, these guys have done this sort of thing pretty frequently. Anything with right, see, as protesters when they pull sounds like this, that investigates. Nah, for sure, Because I feel like a lot of the stuff is, most people are not necessarily against what they're trying to do, but it's more so they do it in ways that don't seem to actually affect the issue. You know, like why interrupt a snooker tournament? Like, what's that going to do in terms of oil? You know what I mean? Like, it's snooker. Like, what was that going to do? Or what's that football match? Everton versus Newcastle game last season when I ran on the pitch and put the zip tie around his neck and tied himself to the goalpost there. It was just, yeah, well, what's that going to do? You interrupted a football match, okay. You draw attention to yourself, okay. But what kind of attention are you drawing to yourself? You know, because it doesn't seem, from what I can tell, and hey, I'm not the protester. Maybe I'm not the guy, but it seems to me at least that they're just drawing negative attention to themselves, and like you say, that the message just gets lost when you do that. There was that one lady though who ran out naked in a snooker tournament though, so maybe not. I mean, I don't know. Were they naked when they were protesting? Maybe I'll tune in. Let's see what this whole stop oil thing is about. All right, let me behave myself. All right, let me behave myself. Let's start this movie. Let's move over to this screen. If you haven't it ready, now's the time to get it ready. Get it on 0. We're gonna go 3, 2, 1, play. Yeah, the streak that was everyone else having versus Steve. If I remember, yeah, just running across. Distracted. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, sorry, my bad. Start again. 3, 2, 1, play. I have seen Red Sonja, but it was a long time ago. To be honest, I don't remember much from that movie. Only throws these nuclear hand grenades that can take out 50 people in a 100-meter radius. Yeah, the enemies throw grenades and barely moves a tree leaf. They got the wrong grenades, isn't it? They clearly got the wrong grenades. So YT, then loads of people have uploaded it. This thing was awful. It was oh yeah, Bridget Nelson. Yes, that's right, yeah. I am bored. The Greek Hercules has an Austrian accent. Yo, what up, Jackson? Conan Barbarian's better. Amazon Freebie wasn't overkill when I watched earlier. Only 2 advert breaks during the film, and it was only a single advert each time. From what I can tell, and maybe I'm wrong on this, but I think if you subscribe to Amazon Prime, right, and you watch one of the freebie stuff, you either don't get as much or you don't get any adverts. That's what it seems like to me. I don't know if that's true or not, but I know when I've watched stuff on freebie, I don't think I've seen any adverts. Like maybe one, if possibly 1 or 2, but to my memory, I don't think I've seen any adverts pop up when I've watched stuff on freebie, and I think that's because I subscribe to Amazon Prime anyway. So perhaps if you don't subscribe to Prime, you see more adverts. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I really don't. Maybe one of these days I'll log out of the Amazon account and try and watch a movie and see what happens. Scratch range, Culty film, Red Sonja. I think the only thing I remember at Red Sonja is that there was a bit where I think Sonja's about to hit him with a sword or something, and then he puts his sword back to block and as he's kneeling down. That's the only thing I remember from that movie. Assume it's even that movie. It was Sydney Sweeney promoting some perfume. Hey, you gotta smell nice, man. Gotta smell nice. We watched Rita and Bob 2. Oh yeah. I remember that movie. Strange film. That was that Mike Lee? That's not Mike. That's not Mike Lee film, is it? It's an old school British film. I know, from like 80s, I think. But yeah, no, I've seen that film. I saw it like probably years ago. Well, years ago at this point. But yeah, and I remember that film. It was about that guy and them two girls. They're like schoolgirls that he was playing around with. I think he was like an older man, and they were like these two like secondary school girls or something that were going into this guy after their school or whatever. Oh, Hercules is getting mad, overstepping the boundaries. Good point, but how does this affect LeBron's legacy? LeBron, like LeBron James, the basketball player. Okay, movie. I enjoy the film. What do you think is the socio-political and cultural impact of the release of Munch by Ice Spice? I don't believe I know that song, Obese Jackson, but I don't know. What do you think the social, political, and cultural impact of Munch by Ice Spice is? I think I only heard one Ice Spice song. That was it. The boys something. I haven't paid much attention to her, to be honest. I'm sure she's a lovely young lady, but yeah, she hasn't really been in my radar too much, so I don't know. Do you remember that old geezer on the balcony during the argument in the movie Rita Super 2? Is this a troll? Yeah, a little bit. I don't want to hear that. I don't know. Beast Jackson, are you a troll? Oh, he was completely off his cake. Save him, Zeus, save him. Yeah, they actually do mix mythologies in this movie. So, like, Hercules is Greek mythology. They just mention Neptune, that's Roman mythology. I'm Hercules. You can't tell me this film's not great. His drunk dad was hilarious and some great lines. The bloke that plays Quinn Skipper and Jules was like half functioning alcoholic. I was off his hits and most of the scenes. So I had that, yeah, I had that story as well. on the road with. Appreciate your full philosophical thoughts. Okay, no, fair enough, fair enough. I don't mind philosophical thoughts, but yeah, I don't know much about Ice Spice to philosophize on her music. Sees that plays Tranquility and VR mentions misses that he's probably an actual alcohol. Okay. Well, hopefully he's doing better now if he was. I think that dissemination of human behavior by Ice Spice divided society into munch and non-munches. Do you identify as a munch? What's a munch? I don't know Ice Spice's songs that well to have an opinion on it. What's a munch? Socrates masquerade as a troll. Man, Arnold Schwarzenegger beat up everybody because they were disagreeable and they irritated him. And you think he can't take out an army? Man, this guy's Zeus. I mean Hercules. Of course he could take out an army. Who just picks it up and threw it just because? This one just throws stuff all over the place just because he can. Unruly. So do you think there is a secret race of lizard people who live underneath our cities and secretly control us? Maybe. I mean, who knows, right? I think there's a lot of weird and wonderful things about this world, or weird and maybe not so wonderful things about this world that may never be explained. As to lizard people, I mean, I can't prove they don't exist. I don't particularly care to. So, I mean, if you believed it, cool. Maybe you're right, maybe you're not. In the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. Either we have full control of our lives or we don't. One way or the other, the lives just plays out as they're going to play out. And in the end, that's when we find out the truth. So, it might be, it might not be. I'm not sure it's going to make any difference to anybody's lives, whether you know that or not. So, I think my favorite Arnie movie is probably Turbo Man, just because it's so daft. Turbo Man, I don't even know if I've seen that one or even heard of it. Turbo Man. He's talking about Scientology, ideology. Man, shit, crazy shit. I've heard of the lizard people theory. Actually, it's I don't think it's Scientology. Actually, it's but there is a lizard people theory. There was like a football player, David Icke, a former football player. Like he was like big into it. They used to talk about that sort of stuff. I think it's David Icke. I'm sure it's David Icke. But yeah, no, I've heard that theory before. I don't. Well, as far as I know, it's not related to Scientology, but maybe. But yeah, it's not something I pay much attention to. So. Flying chariot, but where's your hook? He just held it up for no reason. Man's just causing trouble. This guy turns up in a whole nother planet and man's just causing wreckage. He's a savage. throwing things around, just picking stuff up and throwing stuff around. Why does that WWF logo behind you? I felt like watching two semi-naked men fight each other and touching each other is kind of sus, don't you think so? Oh yeah, super gay, that's why I love it. You got a problem with that, Obese Jackson? Someone tells me you know that from method acting a little too much. I think sometimes it teaches that an alien is with races in control of the world. Okay. Never thought of that. I like Pretzi. Hey, Pretzi's cool, man. Arnold Stang, that's his real name. Well, it is, you know. But yeah, no, I like wrestling. I'm a big wrestling. Well, never not I'm a big wrestling fan. That's probably not quite accurate these days, to be fair. But I used to be big into wrestling. I still trying to pay attention every so often and check in. And we just watched WrestleMania recently, actually, and we're about to watch WrestleMania 18 on this coming Sunday. So yeah, man, if you're available Sunday, 7 p.m. GMT, we're watching WrestleMania 18. But yeah, I don't watch it as much as I used to, but you know, I still got love for the wrestling. Big sweaty men, semi-naked, rubbing each other, holding each other, grabbing each other. What's not to love about it? That's what I'm here for, to make you think deeply. And he was still competing bodybuilding when he did this movie. I think this, I mean, it's possible because $2 for a ride, you know, bruh. This guy dragged him into the cab though. Why is he expecting Hercules to pay? Yo, what up, Brax? Brax Bivvy in a place to Bivvy. Oh man, this movie's fantastic. So the rest do you think you could take down in a tickle fight? Ooh. I mean, I know a few I'd like to take down in a tickle fight, but let me not get too naughty here. Let me not get too naughty. Right, so he tries to fight Hercules. Oh no, he's gonna flip the car over. Just because he can. There's no need. Man, Hercules is savage though. Just be careful, I want to let it be now for real, man. I mean, I don't know how far they drove, but it looked like it was supposed to be quite some distance. And it was only $2? Raw. Break my heart. Hey, Tony Braxton, man. Legendary. God. Yeah. How you doing, Brax? How's your day going? How's your day been? Appreciate you joining this live stream as we watch Hercules in New York. Arnold Schwarzenegger's throwing things around just because, you know, why not? Throwing things, throwing people. Succeed. So good. Awesome. You know what? Have you guys seen Batman the movie from 1960? Because now that I'm watching this movie again, I feel like this movie can rival that movie for possibly the greatest movie ever made. If you haven't seen Batman the movie from 1960, by the way, you should definitely see it. It is a masterpiece. I am Hercules. I just do what I want. It's cool on my end, the new dog. He's tapping with VHS. Showing my age. Oh yeah, I know about VHS. But yeah, doing alright, Brax, man. Doing alright. Thank you. Greek man with an Austrian accent, of course. Let's see Arnold Schwarzenegger throw a discus. Yeah. Man, VHS was king back in the day, though, man. Like, remember, like, renting stuff on a video store. And then, you know, like, there used to be a video store near where I live, right? And I remember going in there, and I think it was like two brothers that run it. And I'm like, I don't know, 12, 13 years old at this time, right? And this guy just said to me, he goes, yeah, look, all you need to do is get one of your parents to come sign up. After that, you can come back and rent whatever on the account. Because all it was is they wanted like an adult's name on their records, right? So if anybody checks, say it's an adult's name there. But yeah, they would rent anything to anybody. Like we were going in there, we were renting like some violent, softcore, you know, like just 18 rated stuff at like 12, 13 years old, and it was like £1 for one day, and then you just come out the next day and give it back. But yeah, I rented the most amount of movies from that place, man. But then think like a few years later, that Blockbusters opened up in town. And when they opened up, they pretty much just stopped doing the videos because they just couldn't compete at that point. And well, Blockbusters ain't around no more, as you know. But that shop is still there. I mean, last I saw passed it by, they don't do videos anymore, but they are still there. They just, because before it was videos and like they do like it was like a corner shop type place, you know, except it wasn't exactly on the corner. But it was that kind of convenience store where they had a video section. So now it's just a convenience store and they don't do videos. But I think it's like wines and stuff like that as well, and whiskeys and things, and sweets, you know, that sort of stuff. And we were talking about drugs. It's cool. Good hair, dog. Awesome. Yeah, Pretzi thought they were trying to. He thought it was. Actually, I don't know what he was thinking, but I'm guessing it was for it went nothing too honourable, shall we say. Been to New York, Haze, and what did you make of the city? Did you spend much time there when you visited? I've been once. I was there for 5 days, and I liked it. This is like 2006, 7, I think I want to say. But yeah, no, I liked it. I had a good time out there. Even though it wasn't a long trip, I still did a lot of cool stuff. Ate a lot of good food. It's definitely a place I would like to go again at some point. And yeah, 10 out of 10 would recommend. Maybe next time I could stay for a little bit longer though. You guys ever been to New York? Man, Hercules is putting them. Man, Hercules is putting the moves on. Just sit right up to her and just stare in her face. Yeah, listen to Pretzi. Getting a bit wild out here. I'll tell you a cool story that happened in New York actually. So on the east side of Manhattan, near where the Brooklyn Bridge is, there's a place called the New Yorican Cafe. Oh, you made a mistake there, buddy. I'm Hercules. Oh man, this movie is fantastic. So in my head, I think I've been 5 times before to New York City. Nice. My favorite city in the world. Yeah, it's a cool city, isn't it? But yeah, so I went to the New York Poetry Cafe, and I think the show started at like 7 or whatever it was. I can't remember. But we were there earlier. It was myself, and there was like a whole bunch of people just waiting to get in, queuing up outside. And as we're waiting to get in, as we're waiting to their room to open, you know, I'm talking to some of the people in the crowd, in the queue, kind of like getting, you know, making friends, you know, just chatting and stuff like that. But there was one guy in particular who didn't have a ticket. Like, I had a ticket, everyone else had a ticket. There's one guy who didn't have a ticket, and he was waiting for his dad to show up to give him the money to get a ticket so he could get in. But as we're getting closer and closer to the opening time, it became very clear that his dad weren't showing up. And so he was like, man, I'm gonna have to go because I ain't gonna be able to get in. And then one guy was like, listen, you came all this way, you gotta spit something. So he's like, all right. And he just did his poem just right outside the cafe, just right outside on the street. And so he did his bit, right? And then when he was done, another guy started doing his poem. And then another guy did his poem. And before you know, it's like this kind of poetry cipher just broke out on the street, going around. And it is, yeah, honestly, one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Because it just happened so organically, you know, where it was just like, hey, you gotta do something. And then people just kind of joined in. And it, yeah, it was a cool thing to see. Yeah, for real, man. It was awesome indeed. Indeed. And just to be there and to see something like that was like, man, this is so cool. What's your favorite thing about New York, Ben? Oh, anybody else who's been to New York, what's your favorite thing about New York? For anybody who's been to New York, what's your favorite thing about it? Man, this guy's getting close, bro. Like, he's just forward. You know how it is. I feel like the city that just motivates you to hustle to achieve your dreams and be creative. I don't get that feeling anywhere else. Yeah, no, I see that. I see that. It's definitely like a different vibe. Like, I think like New York is a lot like London in many ways, but just like so amplified, you know. And yeah, I mean, there's lots of things about London that I like, but yeah, I feel like it's just a different kind of energy in New York where you're just kind of going around and speaking with people, and you know, I kind of knew somebody out there. It was like a friend of a friend, but I was pretty much on my own for the most part. So yeah, a lot of people I met out there, I'm just like meeting complete strangers, you know. But it was cool, man. It was cool. Hercules gonna beat up a bear. watched Shutter Island. Okay, last night everyone wants to see the film that came out. God, that crossed my list. Yeah, what do you think of Shutter Island? Man, I ain't seen that movie for a minute, but yeah, that is a good film. Oh, beat him! Beat him! Did he just pass out? The lady passed out from watching. Oh, beat the bear. Beat the bear. That's a 24-hour city. Yeah, one thing I'll say that I don't know if this is I don't know if this is just New York or it might be all of America, but like I remember like getting like a can of like it was like orangeade or something, and it was like $1, I think. It was quite cheap, and it was a massive can, right? Like a proper massive can. I'm thinking, yo, that is awesome for only $1. But then you start drinking it, and you kind of quickly realize why it's so cheap. Because it was so watered down, you know, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's why it's cheap, okay. And I don't know, is that for those who know America better, is that a New York thing or is that an American thing, where people just sell like these massive cans for really cheap, but it's heavily watered down? But they have some really good food out there, though. That wasn't one of them. I did have some real good food out there. Like the Philadelphia cheesesteak. Ooh, so good, man. So good. Have you seen the movie Dead Man's Shoes? That's a good film. No, I don't believe I have seen that movie. Don't know if I've even heard of it, actually. Tried root beer. I think I have, but it been a while ago. I'm pretty sure I have tried it at some point or other, but not in a way that I can remember much about it. Oh, you got the mob putting the moose on him. We can oblige you. They're gonna rough up Arnold Pretzi. It came in 2010. Yeah, no, Shutter Island's a great film, man. Like the way it kind of starts and develops and ends, like it is legit, like oof. And especially when you get to the end, I won't spoil if anybody hasn't seen it, but just when you get to the end, it's oof, like really just like yo, kind of ending. You know what I mean? Like I mean, you know, Brax, you just seen it very recently, but anybody who hasn't seen it, yeah, that is definitely a recommended movie. Shutter Island is. In New York, but there's some stand-ups there, like they're in areas. The best cooking film, can't be touched. Holy moly! Roy Jones Jr., ain't he a boxer? Nemesis. They had this place in New York. Ben, let me know if you went to the what's it called? The Magnolia Bakery. Do you ever go to the Magnolia Bakery on any of the New York trips? And if you haven't, then yeah, if you ever go to New York again, make sure you go to the Magnolia Bakery. You're simple and a bit childish. Mercury. Mercury, Venus. Who wrote this? Who wrote this? That's one of my favorite songs from him, and his other one, y'all must have forgotten. It's what, Roy Jones Jr. is a singer? Okay, I thought he was a boxer. My bad. I don't know that. Do you have a black and white cookie when you visited a bakery in New York? No. I should have had that. No, I had a red velvet, and I had something else. It had two cupcakes. One was a red velvet, and I don't remember what the other one was, but they were both nice. But no, I didn't have the black and white cookie. I think I need to go to New York again, by the sounds of it. Get that black and white cookie. Or maybe a black or white cookie. You know, depends what's available. That's supposed to be the deep moment. We do not punish in hate, only in sorrow. I have spoken. The rapper. Oh, he's a former boxer. Okay. See? Yes. You gave him permission to pretend to be Hercules. No, I was actually near Broadway. The hotel I stayed in was actually not far from Broadway, but no, I didn't see a show there. You know what about New York, and I think a lot of American cities do this actually, is the streets that, I think the streets that go across are all numbered streets. And then the roads that go a long ways, or it might be that way around. I think one of them is streets and one of them is avenues, right? So like all the, I think it's the streets go across and the avenues kind of go long ways, or it might be that way around. But they're all numbered. Like first, well, you don't have First Street because they're all, First Street's usually named to a different, given a different name. We have like Second Street, First Street, Fifth Avenue, Sixth Avenue, or stuff like that. And every now and then you have a road that actually has a name, but most of them are numbered. And at first, like, it was a little bit confusing trying to figure it out, but you get used to it very quickly. And it's actually a really good system because, like, you can have a good idea of where you are and how to get to where you want to be just by knowing which street you're on and which street you want to go to. So it's like, if I'm on 10th and I want to go to 110th, you know, I know it's like 100 blocks that way. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that, which with New York, and I think Los Angeles and other American cities do similar things. But yeah, it's actually a really good system because, like, it just makes it easier to find your way around, even if you don't necessarily know your way around. Whereas you come to London and everything's just like, bro, I lived in London my whole life and I still get confused, you know. I agree. Yeah, no, it really is. But yeah, if you could say something like on the corner of Broadway and 6th, and you just know, okay, this is where you need to go to and where you meet, right, and where you want to meet somebody on the corner of like 10th and 8th, you know what I mean? It could be like that. You just know, okay, whether it's worth walking, whether you can walk if it's not too far, whether you get a cab or whatever. Yeah, and being up to New York when I was 11. Yeah, man, worth going again, man. But yeah, interesting. Well, I don't know if it's interesting, but still, it's a little bit of a fact. The most common street name in America is 2nd Street, because the first street is usually given a name of something else. So 2nd Street is the most common street name in America. You're welcome. Nemesis. I guess. Yeah, no, they can have that ish up there. What's wrong with New York, Brax? Brax talks about New York like it's the worst place on earth. Nah. They got the New York Cafe, Poetry Cafe, which is lit. They got, like, what else they got there? They got the Empire State Building. You know, they got Broadway, even though Arnie said I didn't go Broadway. But still, they got it, you know. Just saying, man. They got good food up there. Apart from that orangeade crap, but, you know, they got some good food up there. I guess it's impossible to do here because of the layout of towns and cities, which is a shame, really. It's a really good system. Yeah, no, it's definitely too late for that kind of thing over here because the way the city was built originally, it's just way too late. You'd have to level the whole city and then rebuild it again to do something like that, and yeah, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Lived in London for 2 years trying to get around the city. It was a nightmare. Which part of London do you live in, Al? Oh, Pretzi, been at the source. Man, this movie though, ugh. They also got mutant looking rats, redundant gun restrictions, hella traffic, people who funny East Coast accents and shit. You worried about the rats? Come on, man, bro. You worried about the rats? Come on now. That's rat. If you live in any city, rats are just common. Like, I ain't worried about rats. And gun restrictions, like hella traffic. Yeah, that's just every city. Well, most cities. And East Coast accents. Well, yeah, of course I got East Coast accents on the East Coast. Come on, man. Brax. You could do better than that. So next time you go to New York, don't worry about their gun laws, whatever. Just go have a good time. And don't worry about rats. Rats are more scared of you than you are of them. They just look scary. They're not really that scary. In fact, rats actually make pretty good pets. Not the ones you find in the sewers, of course, because they're riddled with diseases. But yeah, rats in general just make pretty good pets. But they just get given a bad name. Don't worry about the rats. Rats ain't nothing. There's a worry looking ass rat. Exactly. It's like, don't need to worry about the rats. They do their thing, you do your thing, it's all good. Just make sure they don't get in your house. That's all. Make sure you got like your house sealed up so they can't get in. But apart from that, yeah, don't need to worry about no rats. You got foxes in London, rats running around. I'm not worried about rats going to New York. Like, that's calm. Edmonton, Enfield. Stayed with my aunt in the early 2000s. Okay. I know Enfield. That's like North London. take away his strength. Oh, they're gonna do him dirty. Is it me or does the powder actually get put into Helen's drink? It looks like it when I watched earlier. Oh, let's see. You might be a little bit ahead of me actually. Oh, blackmail. Go see Pluso. I have a message for him. Okay, so he puts it in a drink. Let's see who drinks it. Or if they're gonna try and keep an eye on that. You know, I think you're right, you know. I think it was, yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. I think they, I mean, well. Wow. So Helen's supposed to lose her powers then, I guess. Oh, they plotting. They plotting. Oh, there's a first advert. I don't know about y'all, but I just got my first advert. That was an Audible advert. Do you guys listen to audiobooks? And if so, do you prefer audiobooks to reading? Because I mean, I've listened to a few audiobooks, and I personally find them okay in terms of the experience. But I also feel like when I've listened to an audiobook, I'm not always sure I'm catching the full story. You know? And to be fair, sometimes when I'm reading, I'm not sure I'm getting the whole story either. But it just feels a bit more pronounced with audiobooks. Like when I'm listening to them, I feel like I'm not always catching everything. And I guess it's because maybe it's hard to focus your ears on something for a long period of time like that. Oh, excuse me. Let's go back to hell. Hades, actually. Hades. Oh, these mobsters are back. Back for Pretzi. Oh wait, no, they're talking to this guy. Oh, this guy's just crooked. He's gave a whole bunch of gangsters some money to make a bet on somebody that's not supposed to be able to be beaten, and these guys are just like, okay, this guy's a bit smart about it. Yeah, this guy's smart about it. Yeah. Should have taken his, listen to his friend. Does he know something we don't know? Doesn't bother me. What can stop me? Well. Listen to Pretzi. Listen to Pretzi. Man, look at my old school cameras though. Clean and jerk. Barefoot. Do they have to do like the clean and jerk? Does it have to be done that way? Is that like a health thing, or is it a style thing, or like what's that about? What can you lift, Haze? I can lift spirits. I don't know. I've never done it like a test of strength style lifting. I'm not go gym, but I generally don't bother with like the bench press stuff. I mean, I guess when I was younger, I used to do that stuff, but not these days. So I don't know. What can you guys lift? What's the for those lifters in the chat right now? What's the most you've lifted? £1,000. It's where powder kicks in. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm good at lifting. I'm healthy. I'm healthy. I hear that. My strength, it seemed to all go on. Yeah. I think when I was bench pressing stuff, like back in my young man days, I think I don't even know. I don't know what it is in pounds. I guess because it was more in kilos. I was doing. I think. I mean, it wasn't anything gigantic, I'm sure, but maybe somewhere around 50, 60 kilos. Which, excuse me. I'm sure, like, if you're somebody who bench presses on a regular, you probably don't think much of that, but yeah. I think it was somewhere around 50, 60 kilos the most I bench pressed back in those days. But yeah, these days I just don't even bother with it. You know, the weight I do weighted exercises, but just not with the free weights. Oh, we've got another advert. SMB Zomi. Was this a bicycle? Oh, it's a bicycle light. Bike light, okay. Oh, the mob are after him now. Get the boys. The anthill mob. I heard these guys should have had a much better head start. Oh, excuse me. Hurry. I think it's still horses. Just chasing down the street. Wait for your sauerkraut. Why are you chasing this guy down the street with the food though? Like, let him go. You just left your whole stall behind. Easy Rider. I've seen that movie, Easy Rider. That's a good movie. It's, Dennis Hopper. I think it's Dennis Hopper. Just Dennis Hopper, that's an easy rider. Yeah, Dennis Hopper. Pizza Fonda. They got the vehicles back then and the brakes and all that sort of stuff. They must have, and even the tires on those cars, like, you must have needed some pretty good driving skills to like drive like that back then in those types of cars, because you know they weren't handling very well. Just whipping them. Yeah, run. Oh wait, no, you don't need to run too far. Why did she open her door though? Like, they just need to get in. She don't need to open her door. You chase him all that way just to put the Sakura out on his. Man, hopefully you're stalled back, still there when you get there. Oh, they've disgraced him. Oh. No, you're gonna grass. Oh, you gonna grass her up, or you gonna? Ooh. Oh, they're gonna get him. He's lost all his strength, but he ain't got laser. Well, maybe not all his strength. He's still got some strength. What do you say? Like, how many times have I told you I won't tolerate your everlasting interference? What if the interference is everlasting? And it just like done the relationship, innit? Like, if it's everlasting, it's done it. It just sent a couple of guys, just like... A lot of the audio is like so quietly recorded. One of the reasons why I prefer to have subtitles on when I'm watching those TV shows. Yeah, so, yeah. When they speak sometimes, especially some of these older movies where their audio is like so low at points, and this movie was clearly low budget, like. Was it you? Recently saw some world news on a mammoth burger being made. Down with that. Wait, mammoth as in really big, or mammoth as in woolly mammoth? Like the old dinosaur? Because then it's just disgusting. It's just some rotten meat. Why did he climb that ladder? Like, why would he think that was a good idea? Than the extinct mammal. But where are they gonna get the meat from? Send lightning bolts down on them. Yo, Belgian Dan. He wanted to make the ladder useful. Well, I guess. Not sure he fully succeeded though. Oh, Neighbours is back, isn't it? Well, coming back. Got the meat from the mammoth. Right, but if the mammoth has been extinct for like a billion years or whatever, like, where's the mammoth to get the meat from? Like, did they remake the mammoth? Like, what did they do? Like, mammoth DNA found somewhere? We talking about some Frankenstein burger? Like, what is this? Right, it's a life lesson. When you climb up in life, expect to get knocked on your ass. Well, that's true. Hercules gone. It's funny, learner's lesson. It was John Hammond. John Hammond. Not sure who's John Hammond. I think I might have missed something. Sorry, Dan. Perhaps he's looking for his friend. Whichever way they did it, they got it. Yeah, I think I'll pass on that. It's either madly extinct meat. Or some... He brought it back. Okay. Okay, I'm guessing John Hammond is a reference to somebody who brought something back. I'm sorry, I didn't get a reference. I'm sorry, Dan. I'm sorry, Dan. But yeah, I think that's a hard no for me. Either so it's some crazily extinct meat, or it's some lab, whatever, Frankenstein meat. Oh, Jurassic. Okay, I get it now. I get it now. My bad, my bad. I get it now. So the voice on the radio is not Arnold Schwarzenegger's voice, because originally they dubbed over Arnold Schwarzenegger, and then when it got redone or whatever, they just let him speak in his normal voice. But they didn't dub over this radio bit and just left it as the guy who dubbed over. I'd rather have a nice steak. Indeed. I'm gonna say it didn't sound like his voice. Yeah. Like, because they originally dubbed over. The guy you hear now originally was the dub. But then, yeah, they changed it to just have Arnold Schwarzenegger just speak normally and just left his voice in there. But then, for whatever reason, didn't... I guess it's because Arnold Schwarzenegger never originally recorded this bit, so they couldn't have his voice in there. That's what I'm guessing what happened. But, yeah. It just means you got Arnold Schwarzenegger's voice throughout the whole movie. And then a voice actor that got cut out most of the movie. Yeah. Due to his, yeah, that's right. They've probably done it. They probably like re-edited it once, you know, Schwarzenegger became a movie star or whatever. Like, I just leave his voice in there. But then it's like, oh wait, we didn't actually get him to record the radio bit. Oh, pretzy. Ah, pretzy. Yeah. Hercules goes back to Mount Olympus. So who do you think will win? Arnold Schwarzenegger's Hercules or Kratos? No, Zeus is gonna step into New York himself. Well, that was Hercules in New York, the 1970 classic movie. Man, I ain't seen this movie for time, but yeah, that was good. That was good. I mean, it's yeah. It's so cheesy, but it's the good kind of cheese. It's the fun kind of cheese, you know, and it's so like unintentionally funny. And I think a lot of that is because they let Arnold Schwarzenegger just speak and just let his voice in there, and the accent, and you know, the acting just in general wasn't particularly great. So it all just kind of comes together to make this like cheesy, silly movie, but it works. It works. Well, it works in some fun way. I think how Raptor Burger would be. I kind of want to see Kratos in LA movie. Yeah, that's what should be next. Kratos in Los Angeles. Or another dinosaur. Also seeing it for a second time. Is this the second? Yeah, I think it's. Well, yeah, I think this is the second time I watched it, actually. I think I've only seen it once before, so yeah, this will be the second time. But yeah, I mean, I liked it the first time because it was just so cheesy. I still like it because it's so cheesy. So it's a good reminder of how cheesy it is. But yeah, this is definitely a good cheesy movie. Unintentionally funny. Just yeah, it's a big thumbs up for me. Insane. Yeah, exactly. You know, I feel like dinosaur meat, they're probably really tough. That'd be my guess. I imagine it'd be really, really tough meat. I mean, maybe it depend. I'm sure it's going to depend on how you cook it as well, but I'd imagine it'd be quite tough meat. Oh, the cheese is peak. The cheese is peak. cheese is levels. Some good cheese, Ben, indeed. What would you say then for you guys is the most exotic animal you've eaten? Or for those who don't eat meat, the most exotic vegetable you've eaten? The burger would end up tasting like chicken. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's not impossible, but raptors are quite scaly, I think, or they, at least according to what we know of them, they might not actually be, to be fair. Kiwi fruits. You know what? To be fair, that is pretty exotic. Okay, let me rephrase that, because that's probably not the best word to use now I'm thinking about it. What is the most uncommon meat or vegetable you've eaten? Oh, Belgian Dan's got the kangaroo meats. Okay, that's pretty out there. That's pretty out there. The most uncommon, well, I guess that's probably not too common, probably not uncommon if you live in Australia, but for those of us who don't live down under, that's a pretty uncommon animal to eat. So, all right. I think for myself, I don't know if this would count as uncommon because you can pretty much get it in a lot of places, but I have eaten snails. And I mean, well, lobster don't really. I don't think lobster counts, but I've tried lobster. Oh, I've tried octopus. I've tried octopus. But yeah, I think that would be the most kind of out there animals that I've eaten: snails and octopus. Soursop. Soursop? I don't even know what that is. Let me see here. Soursop. It's a fruit. Okay. Soursop, also called graviola, Guyabano, and in Hispanic America, guanabana is a fruit of Annona muricata, broadleaf flowering evergreen tree. You know, this looks pretty nice, you know. I'm just looking at the pictures of it now. It looks like this would be a nice fruit to eat. Okay. Eggs, that's up in Jamaica. Ostrich eggs, okay. This definitely counts exotic. Yeah, for sure. Is it? I guess that's juice. Like you can juice it, right? Or maybe get some kind of milk out of it. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's a juice or a milk. Can't really tell from the pictures, but prickly on the outside, but on the inside you've got the seeds where it's a bit smoother. Yes, juice. It looks like okay. Looks like milk. Brax is thinking. I think Brax is gonna come up with something like alligator or something. Watch Brax come up with something. Yeah, 8 alligators. Tastes amazing. This looks nice though. Even from the pictures, it looks nice. I wonder if you can get soursop in the UK. I mean, I'm sure there's somewhere that sells it, but it's probably going to be like imported, and maybe it's not as nice by the time you get it. There's actually a place that sells soursop in the UK online, literally called soursopuk.com. They sell by, it looks like by the half kilo. What's a half kilo soursop cost? It doesn't say. It don't say. Oh, wait. £11. Bruh. Well, from £11 rather. That's a low end. From £11. So if I want half a kilo soursop, I think that's £11. If I wanted the whole kilo, that's 20 or 19. Man, half a kilo. Little Jacob. There's a place that sells soursop in the UK. They claim to be selling fresh soursop, but I have to pay £11 for half a kilo, and then I think £3.50 for delivery. So in total, that's about £14.50 I've got to pay to get half a kilo of soursop. I want to ask you a question. Is it worth it? Is soursop worth £14.50 to try? Hey, you must have it in Nigeria. They might do, but looks sweet. Hell yeah, gator. Oh, you have tried alligator? Okay. And fried gator balls, gator meat rolled into a okay, not their actual testicles. Okay, fair enough. You serious? Where is it located? It's well, the website's soursopuk.com. I can't see. They've probably got. I'm sure they've got a base somewhere. I haven't seen it yet though. But yeah, if you go to soursopuk.com. And that's what I'm looking at right now. In fact, let me there you go. Do that so you can see it. You got contact. Here you go. They got address. They're in Essex. They're in Essex. Not for that price. Okay, so it's a bit too much. It's a bit too much. $14.50 is a bit too much to. I guess you have to really like it, and maybe it's not that good. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Appreciate the advice. Okay, happy. Good thanks, mate. Just being enjoying over. And a stuffed shrimp. Sweet. That's extortion. Yeah, it sounds pricey. I know it's import, but that's way too pricey. Yeah, that's the thing when you have to rely on imports. I mean, I guess technically a lot of stuff gets imported anyway, right? But when things are imported in bulk, the prices can usually get a bit cheaper because they know they can sell more of it. But when they're not as much, and I guess soursop isn't as common in the UK as it is in other parts of the world, so you're only importing it for, you know, a select group of people. Well, not even a select, but, you know, just maybe a relatively small group of people. You're not going to buy massive amounts, and therefore the price is going to be a bit higher. But £14 for half a kilo. What is half a kilo of soursop though? Is that like 1, 2 cups? I mean, I don't know. That's probably a very specific question actually. I don't know if I don't know how much you spent, how much time you spent weighing soursops. So I don't know, but it was half a kilo, and it was 14, well, 11 pounds plus delivery, so 14, 15 total. I guess it wouldn't be so bad if they sold other things as well. It seems like they only sell soursop and soursop products. Like they've got soursop powder, soursop teas. So it seems they pretty much just sell soursop and soursop products. I think it'd be less. That's what I'm trying to say. I'd be more inclined to do it if I can get like different fruits, you know what I mean? Like say a soursop and then maybe another tropical fruit and another, you know what I mean? Like if I had like 3-4 different types of fruits that you just don't get in the UK, and maybe that was $14.50, I think I might be a bit more inclined, because that way I know if I don't like one, I can try another, and then, you know, that sort of thing, right? But $14.15, all you get is half a kilo. Yeah, I don't know. It's a bit hard to sell for me, at least, anyway. Maybe somebody else out there will buy it. Yeah, I'm from the Bayou States, and plenty of cases over here in Florida too. There are alternatives. I prefer mangoes if I want tropical taste. Do like a good mango, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie, man. I like a good mango. I like a good mango. That's the time. Might be a while before I be trying soursops then. Just might be a while. Oh well, never mind. Never mind. Ain't no biggie. Oh. Oh man. Alright, alright, alright. We gonna learn today. Getting messages, yo. Getting messages, yo. But yeah, so next live stream should be tomorrow. We're watching X-Files, and where are we up to on X-Files? Let me refresh my memory, as I take care of this message real quick. We are, where are we? There we go. So yeah, 14. Episode 14, 15, and 16 for tomorrow on the X-Files. 14 is called Gender Bender. Alright, alright. Interesting, interesting. But yeah, X-Files Season 1, Episode 14, 15, and 16. Tomorrow from 8 p.m. GMT. The truth is out there, and it's about to be in here. And then Thursday is game night. I think I'm probably gonna stick with Final Fantasy for a little while for game night, mainly because like I can play that without it, you know, killing my computer. But yeah, I might try and get back to some other games at some point. I still need to get a new PC. Hopefully, I could do that. Maybe in May or so. Look to get some new PC parts and build well, not quite an entirely fresh PC, because I think I want to salvage some parts from an old desktop, because like the SD I've got the now man, the disk, the hard disk, no, it's called the solid state drive. Yeah, that's still good. I don't want to throw stuff away that's still good. But the main things I want to replace are the graphics card and the processor. But when you replace the graphics card and the processor, that ultimately means you're going to have to replace the motherboard as well. And I just might possibly have to replace the RAM. But hopefully I don't have to do that. That's going to depend on, you know, the type of motherboard as well. But the main things I want to replace is the graphics card, the processor, and in turn the motherboard and the casing, because the casing is just all battered now. But I think of quite a few parts I can salvage. You know, I could probably salvage the power supply unit, the solid state drive, and maybe a few bits and pieces here and there. But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to do that sort of next month, and have a brand spanking new, state-of-the-art, badass computer that can do all kinds of madness all at the same time. And yeah, but that's still to come. Yeah, so yeah, it's Thursdays now, Al. So yeah, we moved to Thursdays. Decided to do that because we're doing 3 nights a week, and when we do 3 nights a week, I have to think about how other stuff fits in as well. So yeah, it's stream days are now Monday for movies, Tuesday for TV, and then Thursday for games. And all 8 p.m. 8 p.m. GMT starts. I'm hopefully planning on traveling this year. I still want to go to Amsterdam to Amsterdam in Holland. Still want to do that. I was thinking actually, like, it's actually not expensive to go to France for the day, like to get on like a Eurostar and go to Paris for the day. I think I might do that, you know. I still want to do Amsterdam, so I ain't saying that, but I think I might want to just like get on the train, go to Paris, and just be there for like a day, or maybe, you know what I mean. I don't need to get a hotel because I could be back like the next day or something. You know what I mean? So it's not like I have to worry about where I'm going to sleep, and because the hotels are the expensive parts when you're staying in places. The hotels where a lot of cost goes. But if you get like if I get like a return ticket to Paris, I could just like be there for the day, like turn up in like say like the morning, maybe sometime around 10 a.m. or something like that, and just like come back at like in the evening, like late in the night. You know what I mean? Like come back at like 1 a.m. or to 1 a.m. or something, like get like a late train back, you know, or something. And yeah, I'll be tired by the time I get back, but I'll be back home and to sleep. So I mean, I haven't looked into what that would cost, but I reckon I could probably do that for like 100 quid, you know, ish, give or take, around about 100 or so quid, and just whatever I spend in Paris, you know. So yeah, I think I might do that, because I definitely do want to travel more. And I think with Europe, you can go places from, even though we're not in the EU anymore, which sucks, there's still places you can go to relatively easy and cheap. So yeah, might do something like that. Mango tea and peach tea though. Okay, strawberry lemonade. I haven't tried those, but I mean, I've tried strawberry lemonade. I haven't tried mango tea and peach tea though. I don't know. I think I've tried peach tea. Don't think mango tea, but I think I might have tried peach tea at once. I think I have. I don't remember what it was. I'm sure I liked it, but I don't remember specifically. But I think I might have tried it. Anyway. X-Files, yeah. Pineapple and green apple smoothies. Oh yeah. So I haven't completed Rest 4 yet. Okay, still time. Second playthrough. Any chance of doing special live stream for 2023 Eurovision Song Contest Grand Final Saturday 13th? That would be great to see your reaction to the song on the general madness of the Eurovision Song Contest. You know what? That might be a pass, actually, to be honest with you. That might be a pass. Let me think on it, but yeah, that I think that might be a pass. I'm not sure. I want to sit through the original contest, to be honest with you. Like, oh man, I haven't watched that thing in years. I'm not sure I wanna start anytime soon. But yeah, that thing that one meant by your pass, actually. Sorry, dude. Section where you find that we follows a rock That's so good. Oh, nice. Yeah. Which part of South Africa? South Africa's cool, man. I went to South Africa like many years ago now, but yeah, it was cool, man. I liked it out there. Went to Johannesburg and Pretoria. I didn't go Cape Town, which is a shame, but yeah, if I ever go back, well, in one day, I'll have to go Cape Town because that's where I'm hearing like all the cool stuff is. But Johannesburg's pretty cool, even though I wasn't there much. I was mostly in Pretoria, but Johannesburg, from what I saw, was pretty cool. But yeah, Pretoria's lit. I like Pretoria. Yeah, all right, next to France, and you want to go to Amsterdam to that red light district. Some of that good. You know what though? I mean, yeah, they got. Here's the thing. I would say that I would want, if I go to Amsterdam, I would want to see the red light districts. I'd want to see it. I don't think I'd partake in it though. Like I think I want to see it just because, you know, it's part of the culture and part of experience in Amsterdam, right? I don't know if I'd want to be involved though. Like that's a fantasy, but the thing about fantasies, it's like their best state in your head. You know, we try to make a fantasy into reality. It doesn't go well. So it'd be cool to maybe see it and experience what it looks like and be like, okay, I've seen it, I've done that now. But I don't think I'd want to actually. Really, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe they've got some services that are a lot tamer. I'm trying to get into nothing too heavy. I ain't trying to get nothing too heavy, but maybe if they got some tamer services, we'll see. We'll see. I'll see where Mandela was imprisoned. Okay, yeah. Robin Cook's Island. Some good without Viper run up on you. Apparently you can't do that no more in Amsterdam. Well, these tourists can't. Like, in fact, was it Ben? I think it was. Did you say that? I'm sure I've heard somebody. I think somebody in the chat was telling. I think it was Ben. Sorry if it wasn't Ben. My bad. But I think somebody in the chat one time was saying that you can't do that in Amsterdam no more. That all tourists rather can't do that in Amsterdam no more. Yeah. Well. Okay. Yeah. Awesome. Your plants getting on. Are they dead? Well, that's not a funny joke, Alan. Are they dead now? Come on, LOL. Really? Your plants getting on. Are they dead now? LOL. Come on, man. Jeez. No, they're not dead. They're fine. They're fine. Actually, what's really cool? So I have a California poppy. And I've had to trim down a lot of the stems because the stems, not all the stems get enough water, so they start to die out. And so it's called deadhead, and you trim all the stems. And you cut them down to as near to the base as possible. And what's really cool now is that some of them, where I've cut the stems down, are starting to grow back. So it's like to rebirth, and it's a really cool thing. I won't do it, I won't show you because it's a bit much to move. But yeah, and it also, like, when I made a video that you might have seen, but when it flowers, like the petals from the flowers fall off, right? And then the middle bit kind of grows out into this like pod, and it gets really long, and eventually the pod will split itself open, and inside the pods it's seeds, right? So the seeds fall to the ground, and some of those seeds germinate, and then it just starts growing up again. So yeah, it's just a really cool thing that happens when like it kind of grows out, and then it's like rebirth, birth and rebirth, birth and rebirth. So yeah, it's cool to like, yeah. I'll have to do, maybe one of these days I'll do like a video, but it's well, I mean another video. But yeah, it's just a bit much to move right now to show you on camera. So you saw, okay, yeah. So it's really cool when because I didn't know it does that. I mean, I guess now that I'm thinking about it, it seems obvious, but I don't know much about plants. I'm literally learning as I'm going along. So yeah, it was really cool when it started doing that, when it kind of grew out. And I was wondering what it was when it just grew out longer and longer and longer. I have no idea. And then I saw it splitting open, and then I noticed like some of the other ones started sprouting up, and I was like, oh, it's the seeds. And of course, the seeds fall to the ground, and then some of them grow. Not all the seeds germinate. I think most of them don't actually. So you might get like a few here and there. And the pot that I put them in is more of a trough. they don't always fall in the pot because they kind of branch out. So some just fall into the windowsill, and I just collect them up and put them in a bag. And I don't know, maybe I'll plant them one day. We'll see. Oh, just to go there to roll up and light it up. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's, I'm not really into all that, into the weeds these days. I mean, that was a lifetime ago for me. These days, it's not my thing. So, I mean, yeah, I might visit. I think I would want to visit a coffee shop as well. Again, just because it's part of the culture. But yeah, I don't think I'd want to actually partake in that thing. Yeah, just be like, oh, cool, I'm here, and you know, seeing it. But I'm not one for the devil's lettuce. That's not my thing. Not no more. They aren't doing that no more. These tutorials, yeah. Don't be too surprised over there. Don't be too surprised over here. In the States, if a cop sheriff trooper wants to roll up and smoke one too, they be doing it. Yeah, I'm sure they probably do more drugs than most people. Like, cops be the biggest gangs. Yeah, it's very cool to see. Yeah. Yeah, cops be the biggest gangs, man. They be like arresting some drug dealers so that other drug dealers can have more of the turf. What do you guys think of AI? I know it's kind of a switch real quick, but I just see AI pop up on my news feeds, and AI has been in the news a lot lately. So yeah, do you guys have any thoughts or opinions on AI and, you know, Chat GPT and all these sort of new AI technologies coming out and the potential of them? Did you hear about that kid who got shot in the head, Kansas City? Oh yeah. Oh, sorry, I forgot the kid's name. But yeah, no, I did hear that. Yeah, apparently he was trying to looking for his siblings and ended up knocking on the wrong door. And then got shot. And then shot twice, apparently. Like, he fell to the ground, got shot again. He was running to, according to one video I saw, he was going to a place to try to get help. He was trying to run away, trying to get help. Nobody would help him. Then he ended up going to one place where he ended up just passing out on the floor before they called the ambulance. Man, that's crazy, bro. That is mad. Like, why would you do that? I mean, why would you just shoot somebody? What? Because they got the wrong house? It's like, mate, just say, hey, you got the wrong house, and they go away. You know what I mean? You don't need to shoot somebody over that. You got the wrong house, so sorry, my bad. That's it. That's the end of the story. You shoot somebody because they knocked on your door? Mad. And a kid as well. Like, I don't say, I think it was a teenager. I can't say how old he was. But I think it was a teenager. Yeah, we're seeing the news on that. Outrage in America. Yeah, it should do. That's madness. Shot him, then shot him again for what? Knocking on the wrong door. That is madness, man. That is absolute madness. What's the news come out now? Oh yeah, he wasn't no angel. He listened to rap music. What's the news come out now? He wasn't no angel. He got a bad report card. About my lady spin on that black woman and get got at work afterwards. Hey, I'll be spitting on nobody. I'm just spitting on people for. But yeah, that's madness, man. The way people think they can just like good survives a miracle, yeah. But still, that's life-changing injuries, like getting shot in the head like that. And you know, think about the trauma and the therapy that kid's gonna need going forward. You know, that's you know, I mean, you might have survived it, but bruh, it's not over for him. 16, man, young kid. And so you gotta be careful of how you go to people's doors. Can be banging under, and that will make me suspicious. I'll get my strap and get on the phone with 911. Access all that video and spin on that woman. She got a hand, got the man's body. It's a thing. I mean, if you're banging on somebody's door, like okay, maybe it was banging on the door. I don't know. I saw knocked on the wrong door. Okay, let's say he was banging on the door. Still, that's no reason to shoot somebody though. Like you can't be like, oh, he banged on my door. Now I'm justified in shooting somebody in the head and then shooting him again. Like that. Nah, come on, man. Come on, man. That's not okay. That's not okay. Like there's something seriously wrong when people be like, oh yeah, just don't be careful. Nah, that's not okay, man. Like something's got to change. Something's got to change. Like you should not be like if you're looking for your sister, you don't know what. Maybe you got the wrong house, you got the door number wrong, whatever. You just knocked on somebody's door. So what if they were banging or whatever? You can't be shooting people for that. That's not okay. That's not a good reason to shoot somebody. You know, that's not justifiable reason to point a gun at a child and shoot him in the head because they banged on your door. Like, nah, that's not okay at all, man. No news about the team, but the Sweet 16 employee was a college-bound football scholarship, and one of the bullets hit him. He didn't make it. Damn, man. The kid was from Ghana. He obviously wasn't educated on where not to go. Maybe they should bring back the Green Book. Travelers. What's the Green Traveler's Guide? Oh, is that like don't go to these neighborhoods and stuff? How about don't shoot people in the head? Like, come on. Don't shoot people. Exists in America, believe that. Oh, I don't doubt it. But Brax was talking about something the other day. But yeah, even still, man, don't shoot people like that. I feel like that should be the main thing you get across. Don't shoot people. Have your guns if you want guns, but just don't shoot people. Certainly not for dumb reasons. Knocked on the door, like really. Like imagine that was the postman. Imagine it was the postman, or you know the Uber Eats guy or whatever knocks on the door and it turns out it was the wrong house and it was like, oh no, I'm gonna shoot you. Like, come on, man, that's not okay. Okay, Mark goes out to his family for real, man. Yeah, he might. I mean, he say he survived it, but yeah, he's still. It's not over for him. I mean, there's the healing process. There's the physical healing process. There's the mental healing process in terms of like the traumatic experience he's been through and the help he's gonna need there. It's not over for that kid for a long time. Yeah. Sad times, man. Sad times. That's why I see now. Yeah. All right. We're gonna learn today. Ain't just the sundown towns around here. Yeah. I don't know what the answer is. I just know something gotta be done. So here's another change in just another shift. Have you guys heard of a film called Ryzen? It came out in the cinema, I think last month or a couple of months ago. I have not seen it, but it's actually written or maybe co-written by somebody I used to see around on the poetry circuit. I'm just trying to see. Apparently, what his name is. If his name's, I know his name is Nathan Bryan, but no, he's not listed here. I haven't listed the writers here, but yeah, apparently it's co-written. Not even apparently, it is co-written by somebody I used to see around the poetry circuit. A young guy called Nathan Bryan, who was a really good poet at the time, and yeah, I guess now he's writing movies, which is really cool. But yeah, I've not seen Ryzen. But it looks like it's going to be Disney Plus soon, so I might check it out then. When I went to America, I made sure I rolled with denizens. What's denizens? Look up the Green Book. It's a safety travel guide for black areas to stay away from. So there's a book for black people to stay away from certain areas. So clearly it's known that certain areas are an issue with racism. So why not do something about that? You know? Oh yeah, we just write a book say don't stay away from these areas. But okay, how about, you know, do something about those areas? Like, you shouldn't have to stay away from certain areas, you know what I mean? That shouldn't be the solution. Oh, just stay away from these areas. Don't go ahead, don't go ahead. That shouldn't be the solution. Like, was it land of the free? But you can't go here, can't go there, can't go there. Come on now, something's not adding up. Something's not adding up. Land of the free, except, well, you can't go to certain places because, you know. That don't sound right. That don't sound right at all. Sundown towns in the UK. We want people to know the areas to stay out of. Mississippi is the town that time forgot. It ain't changed. It's still redneck as fun. Yeah, apparently a lot of people rated Mississippi. Well, I say a lot of people. I saw on Twitter it's posted people talking about the most racist parts of America, and Mississippi seems to come up a lot. So yeah. Sundown towns in the UK. I mean, like, I don't know if we have the exact equivalent. I mean, I guess it's fair to say there are certain areas where are considered dangerous, but it's not like you can't go there if you're black or you can't go there if you're white. You can go there, just maybe don't look for trouble because you won't have to look far. You know what I mean? I don't think we have areas where, like, if you just walked in as a black person, immediately you're just going to get jumped and beaten up. You know what I mean? There's definitely racist people around, and that you could definitely happen where a racist attack can happen, you know. But it's not like, I don't, at least as far as I'm aware, I don't think like specific areas where you go to and then it's like 99% chance you're just gonna get like beaten up and, you know, things like that. Like, you can pretty much go anywhere you want to. And even like parts of London that, you know, have maybe a bit more crime in them and things like that, where you've got like gangs or whatever. Like, you can walk through places like that and it's be fine, you know what I mean? As long as if you go sticking your nose in things that don't concern you, then you might have an issue. But, you know, if you're not, then you're probably going to be fine. Dog, you'll be met with some handguns, rifles, double barrels, and then some. If that's their area, then let them have it. Yeah. So I feel like, look, if it's known that those areas are like that, then why aren't, say, the police doing things about it? You know what I mean? Or if it's need to be at the government level, that's why I'm kind of like, you shouldn't have a book that says, oh, just don't go to these areas. It's like, well, if you know there's problems in these areas, then surely the next step is to resolve the issue rather than just let the issue persist and say, you just don't go there. You know what I mean? It's like, what are we doing then? It's like it's a wild, wild west. Like, what's going on? The butt whipping indeed. It's a different time. For those who want to say racism don't exist, they need to stay in the city, Harrison, South Boston, and other areas on into the 90 areas. Police are mixed and they wanted to stay like that. Yeah, they probably do. Police are corrupt. Well, let me not say that. That's not fair. Some police are corrupt. The rest just don't do anything about it. Police are KKK. Well, yeah. Some of those who burn crosses. No, some of those who work forces are the same who burn crosses. man. Corruption, corruption, corruption. Lands, that's fine. Just don't run around and find out. Well, sure. Land ownership is a different thing to town. Like, you can't own a town. Like, you can buy a plot of land and, I don't know, make your own rules, I guess. But like, yeah, put a sign up says no, don't come into my land or whatever, if that's what you want to do. But in terms of just going to a town, you should be able to go to a town. You shouldn't be stopped from going to a town or feel like you just can't do things. It's like, the signs telling people don't let the sun go down on you, bruh. Warning signs letting those know. There are signs that say that. Are you kidding? You know what? I ain't know if you're kidding or not, but I believe it. Let me just say that. I believe it. America's crazy as hell. Madness, bro. Madness. By the way, I'm just seeing that clip Ben was talking about earlier about the snooker, the protest with the snooker. Yeah, he just jumps on the table and just put some orange powder all over the place and it's like, yo, mess up the whole game. Tell you, all of the conservatives, white folks especially, ain't gonna tell you that. Oh wait, I missed that off a bit, my bad. There is so much hatred and division in our society these days. I'm shocked there hasn't been a race war yet. And I tell you, a lot of them conservative white folks especially, ain't gonna tell you that. Well, I mean, some might argue there is a race war, but depends how you want to look at it. It's, yeah. I don't know what the answer is. I just know something gotta be done. Alright. It's almost 11. I might start winding down just a tiny bit earlier than usual. I've got some time to get something to eat, lay my head down to rest. But still, had a good old time. Watched a good old movie. Well, old. It was good. It was good. It was good. Watched a good old movie. Had a good old chat. And we're almost 3 hours into the stream, so yeah. Time to start winding down, methinks. I guess it depends on the war. Yeah, indeed. You could be up there. You go, I mean, Joker, you know what I meant. I wasn't playing about science. All that hate division didn't come from this side. Seriously, mind how you go. This all sounds crazy. For real, for real. Yeah. But hey, wherever you are in the world, it's always best to exercise just a little bit of caution, you know. It's never a bad thing to exercise a little bit of caution. But bro, the way you talk about South of America or South USA, Southern States USA, it's like, man, that's like horror movie type territory to us. Like, what is going on? Yeah, racial issues, the difference is we don't have guns, yeah. Or at least not as many. Ralph Y'all. Oh, that was the guy. That was the kid's name. Ralph Y'all. To yourself, dog. Yeah. But no, that's readily available. That's America. Yeah. Yeah, people. Pretty much two types of people that have guns in well, I'll say in London, maybe not so much the UK, because there are ways you can get guns legally in the UK, but it's like all kinds of long processes. But if you're in London or any kind of big city, pretty much only two types of people that have guns: armed police and gangsters. Like that be it. Like if you've got a gun and you're not an armed police, you're yeah, most likely a gangster, because you would have gotten it illegally. You know, you would have gotten it to go take care of some rival gang or something like that, or whatever. You know, that be it. That be the reason you'd have a gun as a gangster. And armed police, of course, have them because they might need them to shoot a terrorist or whatever. So yeah, like regular people wouldn't just have guns. Like it just because it's not. I wouldn't say it's impossible. I'm sure there's some out there that do, but your average regular person just wouldn't have a gun. You know, it's just not like that here. Now, of course, there are other ways you can kill people, right? But yeah, your average regular folk, if you're not a police or a gangster, you probably wouldn't have a gun. It's better that comes with having a legal gun is a great deterrent, trust me. The birds. I'm not sure. Is that like a prison thing? You mean? I'm not sure I get the reference. The bird that comes with having illegal guys are great. Is that mean like a prison sentence? Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. I was thinking, I was thinking something to a prison, but I was like, bird prison, is that? I'm not sure I was getting it, but okay, cool. Bird is slang for okay, gotcha. Comedian Bruce said, "A way to know if a redneck is cool with black people is how you're doing." And he says, "Well, I'm doing pretty good. But if he's on some KK-ish, he'll say, yup." Hey man, how you doing? Yup. Alright then, let me just walk on out of here. At least back right up. You never heard of Bird? I don't think I have. I mean, if I have, I guess, I mean, maybe, but I don't think so. If I have heard it, maybe like it came up and I didn't pay much attention, but it's posh. Yes, quite. One does not partake in one one should not besmirch oneself with such language, with such use of the language. One speaks the Queen's English, one does. What? Alright, guys. I will start winding this down now. But yeah, next live stream tomorrow, 8 p.m. GMT, X-Files, and then Thursday, 8 p.m. probably Final Fantasy. I'm gonna go put something in my stomach. I'm gonna lay my head down. I use proper diction apparently. Well, I mean, I ain't had no complaints. Alright, says we're going to use besmirch more. Very true to word. Oh, I did, didn't I? Yeah. There you go. I shall not besmirch myself by not using the word besmirched. But yeah, guys, you've been awesome as always. I appreciate you and all that you do. Thank you for keeping company. Thank you for keeping it lively. The village is strong. You make it strong. Don't besmirch yourselves. But till whenever, if ever, hopefully tomorrow. Peace.